If I had to point out one trophy in Gotham Knights on PlayStation 5 that was the most annoying and the one that really brought out my gamer rage inside me, then, well, I would have to go with the Talented trophy, which requires you to defeat 40 of those feral Talon enemies, 20 of the bigger gladiator Talons, and 15 of the Hunter Talons, which, from that description, does sound rather simple, doesn't it? But if you've ever played through this mediocre game and encountered any of these enemy types, then you will know exactly what an awkward, clunky, and downright frustrating experience it is to have to deal with these enemies, especially when you're adding the fact that you have to fight against laggy controls and awful combat. The whole experience is just one big headache, where I found myself doing this every time I defeated one and the trophy still didn't pop.
That one bullshit PlayStation trophy.
So, right off the bat, no pun intended, the first thing that I think's wrong with this combat trophy, and all the other combat trophies in the game, is that there's no stat tracker anywhere to let you keep tabs on how many of each enemy type you killed. And when you have to kill 40, 20, and 15 of each of these 3 enemy types, you can easily find yourself wasting time killing enemies that you may have already defeated enough of, just to find that one that you were lacking. It's just BS. Game devs, please stop doing this. Now, with the feral Talons, these are just annoying to fight, as you have to first stun them before you can even hit them, otherwise they'll just keep dodging your attacks, and this basically means just holding down triangle to throw a batarang at them. And this works well when it's a one-on-one fight. However, the combat falls apart when you're fighting multiple enemies at once, as you will likely rarely hit the one you want with that batarang move, and in those times that you do stun the right one, you'll struggle to get across the room to them in time, as the game will likely think you want to punch another enemy when you press the punch button, so your knight will just suddenly snap to one of the other enemies that are still standing up. It's just a messy and frustrating ball ache of an experience, but thankfully you have to fight a lot of these enemies towards the end of the story. I mean, the final mission is just full of the same repetitive fight over and over again with these enemies, so you can kind of guarantee you've pretty much killed enough of them by the end of the story, which is a little bit of a small mercy. The gladiator Talons are just these big shield enemies that aren't too bad to actually defeat, and are probably the easiest one of the 3 to fight despite their large size and strength. You basically just need to block and break their shield by using one of those hard, heavy attacks. So you just hold down square to initiate that move, and then just keep punching them before they start blocking you again, and then you just repeat that move over and over again. The one thing that can make these BS, however, is whenever they resurrect themselves once you've defeated them, because it means you have to fight them all over again. But to be fair, all 3 of these annoying enemies do this anyway, so it's not necessarily specific to the gladiator Talons.
Oh, you cunt. Oh, you're kidding me. It's absolute bullshit.
The main problem, I suppose, with these is that you'll likely only ever fight 1 or 2 in a group of enemies when you go to stop one of the crimes, so it may take you a while to defeat enough of these. The final enemy type is the Hunter Talons, and these are similar to the feral ones, but 100 times more annoying thanks to their blades and the non-stop teleporting in and out of view that they do when you're trying to just hit them. They also have this annoying grab move that can really drain your health, and it takes a while for that animation to play out, and it's just so frustrating every time they do it. Whenever they stop teleporting, they just go straight into this move and grab you, and to be honest, they are the biggest pain in the arse to fight. The best strategy for me was to use Batgirl's Bat Swarm move, as I could then just brute force and rush them to kill them quickly, while all the bats hit them and protected me from getting grabbed. So yeah, this is just a really annoying trophy, and one that can be a right pain having to explore Gotham City in the endgame to try and find additional enemies to defeat for this trophy when you don't know how many of each one you have left to kill because there's no stat tracker. And even though certain areas on the map are marked as the Owl Gang territory, you can often end up going there to stop the crimes there, thinking you'll fight these enemies, but you'll end up fighting other enemy types that belong to the gangs, like those ones in the suits, or those big guys with those cannons. It just became an absolute chore going from crime to crime and rarely seeing the ones I needed, and then when I did, I would only ever see 1 or 2 gladiator talons out of a fight against 10 or 20 enemies, and that would be my lot. It was just a huge time waste that extended my time in a game that I didn't really enjoy, and it just wasn't fun at all to do. In the end, I got some of these kills from the Heroic Assault missions, that was that free DLC, as I was going through all of the flaws in this to level up my character quickly in New Game Plus to get the other trophy for reaching max level. But by the time I finally killed the last enemy I needed and unlocked the Talented trophy, well, my thoughts on this trophy are pretty clear from this unlocked clip.
Thank fuck for that, was an absolute pain in the ass.
And that is why the Talented trophy in Gotham Knights gets a BS trophy rating of...
Alright, here we go. Let's go! Shit!
Shit.